Used to be, you'd talk to the guys like in the Keys and they would say, well, our tarpon. And then the guys in Apalachicola would go, well, our tarpon, and Homosassa, our tarpon. What we learned is they swim. They swim a lot more than any of us ever thought they did. So when you mess with these tarpon, same fish.
Crazy, man. When I was a kid growing up, we'd camp on all these little islands and, you know, water ski and stuff and wakeboard. And now there's warning signs everywhere not to get in the water, and pretty sad.
For Captain Chris Wittman, Boca Grande isn't just home, it's sacred ground. 4 generations ago, the Wittman family tree was planted along the Caloosahatchee River. Today, it snakes past his backyard.
My first memory of Boca Grande, I had to be probably 10 or 11 years old, and I went on a boat trip from Fort Myers Beach to Cayo Costa in Boca Grande with my family and some family friends. And I remember specifically running up through Pine Island Sound, and to me at that age, it felt like we might as well have been going to Cuba or something. You know, it just seemed like such a far journey. But my first memory was how beautiful the water was. And we came into Boca Grande Pass, and literally there were tens of thousands of tarpon up on the surface. And I remember as a kid that was so impactful to me that I was awestruck with that this was, you know, something in my backyard. And, you know, now 30 plus years later, it's something that still, you know, sticks with me. I can still see that picture in my head.
Through his guiding outfit, Stillwater Charters, Chris takes clients into the rich fishing grounds of Southwest Florida. From Sanibel to Cayo Costa, to Pine Island Sound to Boca Grande Pass. The town of Boca Grande. Yes, town. Definitely not a city. Gulf hamlet northwest of Fort Myers. A spit of land only 2 miles long. It harkens back to the days of general stores and local watering holes, but it's far from dated and faded. The golf cart, the bourgeois bumper car, is the transport of choice. Look around and something becomes very clear. This is Tarpon Town, USA. From April to July, the island's population of 1,500 balloons as anglers invade Boca Grande to chase untold schools that migrate here to feed and spawn. Live baiting in the pass, sight fishing the beaches. The Silver King is a seasonal phenomenon. tarpon are the main attraction in Boca Grande, it's not the only species worthy of attention. An island within an island, the historic Gasparilla Inn and Club dates back to times when local charter captains used canoes, not powered skiffs. Along with top-notch accommodations, the Gasparilla Inn's marina provides easy access to the neighboring fishing grounds. Before departure, a quick recap of the checklist. Take it from the shallows to the seas, fast and fuel efficient. The Yellowfin 24 Bay. Horsepower and performance, a perfect combo with the Mercury 350 Verado. See below and around with the HD structure scan and broadband sonar on the Simrad NSS 12 Evo 2. From rough weather to sunny skies, Yeti wrangles up the gear for any setup or situation. A polarized view with Costa sunglasses is a must. Made tough and durable while cutting haze and blur for greater clarity on the water. Solid in the seas. Pens, rods, and reels outfit both inshore and offshore demands. Stand proud with your trophy catch by creating a fiberglass replica from King Sailfish Release Mounts. Just outside of Cayo Costa, south of Boca Grande. Chris drops the bait down current, and it slowly blows back.
There you go.
Tarpon ain't the only thing to reel on in Boca Grande. Call the tower. Cuda coming in hot. With the warm-up species checked off the list, Chris strikes silver. Back at the Gasparilla Inn, Bill Bishop gives a VIP tour because he is the VIP. Author, artist, local, Tarpon Whisperer.
This is the same photograph of the same room, Pelican Room, in 1933. And what I've always found interesting is look at the light fixtures they've got up here, and they're the identical light fixtures that are still hanging in the room. A lot of history here.
With the bow of the boat as his soapbox, he speaks easily on the curious nature and secret life of the Silver King.
Used to be, you'd talk to the guys like in the Keys, and they would say, well, our tarpon. And then the guys in Apalachicola would go, well, our tarpon, the Homosassa, our tarpon. What we learned is they swim. They swim a lot more than any of us ever thought they did. So when you mess with these tarpon, same fish.
Though preoccupied with reproductive urges this time of year, tarpon don't skip meals. They'll gladly accept any morsels presented in a natural manner.
Incredible. These fish are what it's all about right now in Southwest Florida. For a couple months they're here. The reason they're here is the amount of bait and food before they spawn and during their spawn. And all that stuff is affected by healthy estuaries and clean water. And that's why it's so important for us to protect this stuff for the future generations. Look at that beast. Way too valuable to catch only once. Unreal.
So there's the Tarpon Whisperer. There's also the Tarpon Tamer. That's Phil Haley, the man behind Tarpon Tamer Fishing Charters.
If we can present our crabs in front of them while they're swimming, we have a much better shot at getting bit. All right, but come on, let's get a big old tarpon up here in the air for us, come on. There's the jump we needed. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. We call this the Silver King for one reason. No other fish fights like a tarpon in the world. They have the biggest heart. They never give up. All they think about is getting away, even when we get them beside the boat. Each one of these fish can live up to 60 years. So if we can release a 120-pounder, think it can live another 30 years and fight a lot more people along the way. I'm telling you what, we're putting the heat on her.
No whip, chair, or flaming hoop for this tamer.
Wow, what a beautiful jump.
Just an old-fashioned tug-of-war with 20 pounds of drag.
See how she never quits? That tail's still kicking hard. Couldn't ask for a better fish. Come on, just a quick picture, baby. There we go. Nice. I'd say 135, 140 fish. We're gonna release this fish alive to fight another day. 1, 2, 3, here she goes. Alive to fight another day.
So this is the Franklin Locks. It's one of the water control structures. It's actually the last water control structure coming from Lake Okeechobee to the Caloosahatchee River. So when we get our periods of high rain and the lake fills up and they have to discharge that water, this is the last place where it all comes through before it bombards our estuaries. In the spring of 2015, we experienced massive discharges from Lake Okeechobee to the estuary, Pine Island Sound, San Carlos Bay, where I guide and where I grew up, on the river that flows through my backyard. And it completely devastated our area. And we were watching literally the ecosystem collapse before our eyes. A group of us who were fishing guides, we were just sick to our stomachs. And we got pissed off and we said, we have to do something. If we don't stand up and try to fix this, who will?
That's when Captains for Clean Water was born.
What we figured out is that actually it is fixable. And nature does a very good job of recovering. The best thing for us to do to try and fix this is to educate people.
Got him. Is he gonna jump? He's gonna jump. Beautiful. Beautiful jump. There we go. That's a beautiful tarpon jump there. That's a nice fish right there. We're under 10 minutes and we're close to the boat. Now we gotta see if she's gonna roll over. Come on, baby. I can't tell you, but I guarantee I'm over the 2,000 mark in 20 years. This is a fish I've been chasing all my life. I started really hard tarpon fishing at 22 years of age before I really got into it. I hope that the good Lord lets me stay here till I die. Come on, baby. Look at the power in that fish. Grab that leader, steer it to you, grab the bottom jaw. Lock it with everything you got. All right, we're gonna release a nice 140, 150 pound fish. Tarpon Tamer Fishing Charters here in Boca Grande, Florida. Come on down and get you some.
In Tarpon Town, USA, there's always another break-off, another hook thrown, another disappointment. But that last little bit of light reminds us the sun will rise again tomorrow. Meanwhile, Chris will keep fighting for his sacred ground. Because, yeah, sure, there will be a tomorrow. The question is, what kind of tomorrow will it be?